Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope it's Saturday. I think it's Saturday. And yes, I found my ring. So thank you, everybody. That was super stressful. It's been a hot minute since I've been here. And we all know that hot is not good when we're talking sushi at all. Hey, sushi crew, I missed you. Thank you all for being here. I'm taking a look at who's here. If you're listening on the replay, I'm trying to work on this balance of greeting people, but making it pleasant for you to listen when it's not live. Yes, some suggestions on how to do that. I would greatly appreciate it. Hey, Carolyn Dillman, Polly the Primate, Ping, 77 MCL, Insightful One. Let's see, Jennifer White, Elena Mendel, Tracy Schuler. It's so good to see you guys. Amber E. Oh my gosh, I missed you. It's been crazy. I've been working nonstop. We had a household company, and then this is how my life works. When we don't have children here full time, that's when I can work, because otherwise I'm doing a lot of other stuff. And so I try to take advantage of that, but it all kind of like happened at once. And like you guys, I struggle with a work-life balance, so it can be super, super crazy. I'm going to take care of I have one little thing here. I think I have my volume turned down, so we shouldn't have any issues here. Let me just take care of something real quick. Let's see. Okay, there we go. There we go. So Insightful One, you should be good. You should have a wrench in your little hand. I think Ping might be in and out tonight. He had a previous obligation, but like all the moderators, like, thank you so much. I don't expect anybody to be here all the time. It's purely voluntary. I'm not even sure we need them here, but just as a little insurance policy. Hey. I see A. Arlen Levy, Empress Takalata Kaka, love my Charlie Faith. Oh, you guys. Julian, my sweet friend, it's good to see you. Angela Pendleton, Breaking Crime with Big E. Hey, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. We have a little bit of a history, and it's good to see you. And you're doing good work, and big fan. So high five right back there, Mr. Berserker Loki. Let's see. Red like white again. Chris Hill, Prince Charming's mom, 2930. Charlie Hunt, Treasure. OG Mountain Man, hello. Yeah, you know what? Then we'll get off the ring thing. But I have a confession to make. So my ring is really, I don't know if I can show you guys. My ring is special because I love dinosaurs. Oops. Might just lose it again. And I don't know if you guys can see that. You see that brown line on my ring? It goes around the other side. Can't be sized. Because that is dinosaur bone. And my husband had this custom made. And, I love it because it's so thoughtful. But I was kind of stressing because I have told some people that I don't like having a brown running ring. So I'm glad I found it. Yep, true confessions. But I love it. It was very sweet and thoughtful. And so there you go. It's safe back on my hand. If anybody has any suggestions, because it can't be sized anymore. I've tried those spirally things. I've tried everything. It's way too big. I mean, literally, it's just too big. It slides right off. So I don't wear it all the time. Terrible wife. Anyway, I'm always talking about like coming to you guys when things are good and there's good news, and like, oh my God, there's like a lot of good news actually. The Dateline, we're going to talk about that. Britney is free. If anybody's paying attention to that, that's pretty amazing. I'm still catching up on that, but I kind of had the opinion that the people controlling her, especially her father, were pretty diabolical and had a very, very strong hold, and that wasn't going to happen. So that's good news. There's something else that was I'm sure there's a lot of good news. There's a lot of bad news too. And I know. Taylor Swift now owns all her songs, lyrics, and compositions. And if anybody's a Swiftie here in the thing, in the chat, that's a big deal. My stepdaughter is. I never really have been. She's grown on me a little bit because I listen to it in the car. So that's pretty cool. I mean, she's young and that's smart. And so either she's like a really smart cookie, which I believe she is, or she has good business manager, people giving her advice. So I think that's pretty awesome too. So yeah, there's some good things going on. Now there's some bad news in the case of Isabella Kalua. And I want to, if we don't touch on it tonight, I'm going to touch on that later. But definitely want to get into that. Yeah, she owns all her master recordings. That's pretty amazing. Yay. So yay. Let's see. Did everybody watch Dateline? Carolyn Dillman, I sent you a link on Twitter. I think you were the one that was having problems finding it. I know if you're out of the country, it can be hard. You have to do a VPN or something like that. But I would like to know what your first impressions are. Like, what's your feedback from Dateline? For those of you that don't know, last night there was a 2-hour special on Lori and Chad Daybell. They had Julie Rowe on. They had Jerry Vallow and Bobby Vallow, who are the brothers of Charles Vallow. Kate and Larry Woodcock were on there. They used some old footage of Melanie Pulowski with her husband Ian. It was a pretty intense program, and I just kind of wondered why, what you guys thought, because I definitely had some takeaways. Zulema's interview was on there. A lot of it was like featuring the recently released Chandler documents. And by the way, because he's in here, Eric, sorry. Erica, I can't find her. Those documents you can find under Justin Lum on Facebook and on the YouTube channel Breaking Crime with Big E. He has them too. So that is your place to go. If you haven't already seen them and gone through them, you can really kill a Saturday night burning through some of that stuff. Super interesting. So Dateline, I think the basis of that program was to highlight that new stuff. So I'm going to see what you guys are saying. I saw the L Mom pop in. Hello. It's good to see you. Of course, you're going to go there. She says you can recognize Julie Rowe by the fact that she doesn't own a blow dryer. She's going for that 80s crimpy look. Yeah, she probably smells like grape because that's what that spray smelled like. At least the stuff I used to use. And you were always sticky. You had tacky fingers if you could even touch your hair. Let's see. KBB. For the ring, you can get a small, thin, plain band that matches tone in your ring and wear it in front of it. It's worked for me for years. Ooh. I'll have to look that up. That sounds like right about my style. So, and Treasure, you're a Swiftie, but you're not young. A lot of people like her. I have an appreciation for her. I'm not going to lie. I do. I think she's a very talented young woman. Okay. So Eric's, damn it. Breaking Crime with Big E says watching MP get cuffed was awesome. And Carolyn Dillman said she hadn't seen Melanie P getting cuffed previously. Yeah, that was a big deal for me too. If you know anything about me, I'm super ADD. So it took me, I had it on my DVR and I watched it not 3 complete times, but I had to keep going back because I actually got up. I started getting antsy during that, and I thought it was Lori Vallow, and I was like, holy shit, Sorry about my language. I was like, oh, and then I was like, no, that's Mel P. And then I was like, oh my God, I've been thinking about like parakeets for 20 minutes and missing out. So I had to go back and watch it, but that was a good one. You haven't seen the full thing yet, AR? It's good. Yeah, I heard that. I looked that up last night. That was interesting. Um, the street names for some of the drugs. I've tried Scotch tape. It gets smelly. Maybe because it's Florida. Maybe I have smelly hands. I don't know. But that might be TMI. That's right, Maui girl. Aussie Sprunch Spray. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Carolyn Dillman. I was watching. If any of you are fans of SNL, it's Eric Hayter on SNL. He does an impression of Keith Morrison. That's like, I'm gonna drop it down in the description. The YouTube videos is pretty funny, and there's one where he actually meets them, and it's pretty funny. Okay, so let's get to it. Like the old mom is saying, I've never been in a cop car, Mel B, and every white girl getting arrested outside a bar ever. Yes. I've never been in a cop car before, I swear. Yeah. So my biggest takeaway, I'll start first well, you guys kind of started, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I think my biggest takeaway from that was the Melanie P portion, the Melanie Plowski portion. I had never seen her being put in cuffs before. I'd never seen her being put in a car. I didn't realize, I didn't even realize why she was arrested, like the totality of it, and creepy that Alex was parked down the street. That whole thing really intrigued me. That was a piece of puzzle I didn't know. And to think that Alex was dead a month later, thought it was weird the way that Melanie, when the cops asked like who was parked down the street, she's like, oh, that's my Uncle Alex. Like that, I don't know. It was weird. So for those of you who haven't, I should probably back up. For those of you that haven't seen it yet, there is a portion of the Dateline from the other night where Melanie Pulowski is standing outside of Brandon Boudreaux's home in Utah. Now, Brandon had moved because he had been shot at and he was in fear of his life, and he had his children with him. And so he moved with his children into his parents' house in Utah. And Melanie tracked him down there, and she has this like court paper saying, this, and the other thing, and visitation and her kids. But there was also a, here's how it starts. The night, so they show us this footage of her talking to the police officer outside the house. But apparently the night before she had been at this house and she'd been criminally trespassed. And so the second night she's there, the dad, Brandon Boudreaux, her ex-husband's father, his house they were living in, had enough. And he called 911. It was a very emotional phone call. And the police came out, and, Melanie was snooping around their garage, all over their lawn, causing a big deal. She was worried her children weren't safe. And she wanted to see them. So the police, in order to resolve this, say, okay, fine. And they go inside the house and they come back out and they're like, your children are fine. They're safe. It is a little odd that, she's worried about her children's safety. Chad has just told her that 2 of her children are dark, and she's brought Uncle Alex to help protect them because, he's the ultimate protector. He's really good with kids. He has a lot of good solutions for children and other matters at hand. So she doesn't accept that. They get her for, criminal trespassing or whatever, and they take her down to the station, or the conversation continues, and she's in this. This is the other thing. She asked for a victim's advocate. She's pulling, I'm a victim in this whole situation card when she's clearly not. She's the aggressor. when she's playing her little games and she's thinking she's, uh, I don't even know what you would call it, a manipulating B word like her auntie Lori, and but she doesn't play it as well because she's sporty Spice and not, you know, evil poison ivy Spice, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it was the eyelashes. I don't know. But anyway, they have her in like what looks like a victim's advocate room, not an interrogation room, with some really messed up, jacked up, janky vertical blinds. By the way, if you watch it, it's really weird. They're all torn up and stuff. But the police come back and they're like, the stakes have changed. Like, you're going to be put under arrest this evening. And she asks why, and they say because you were criminally trespassing. Now it's a domestic issue, and we're taking you in for, DV. And that's when the L mom says, I've never been in a cop car, because they do show Melanie, like they put on the handcuffs. They tell her to put your hands behind your back and face the wall. And it was great because finally, like, you get to see some of this stuff. But they put her in the back of the cop car. And she's like, oh, I've never been in the back of a cop car. And she's just kind of giggling. Then they go out. Uncle Alex is conveniently already, outside waiting for her. And they like knock on the window and they tell him that Melanie's been arrested. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, oh, when could I bill her out? And he did the next day. I think her bond was like $2,000 or something, but super creepy why she was there, what they were going to do with the kids. I don't know, that Keith Morrison made a comment that those police in Utah may have, saved a life or prevented a murder that night. And that's very well maybe true. That was probably my biggest thing. I think everything else, I don't want to say like I knew it already, but I kind of had already seen most of everything else. And yes, I agree with you with 77 MCL. You said, I thought it was a good overview of what happened to Charles, Tammy, Alex, and Brandon. I wasn't aware Charles told Tammy. I heard he threatened to send her an email, but didn't know it happened. Okay, so recently we found out that he did in actuality send an email. It went to our work email address. We don't know if she read it. I don't know that she read it, I should say. And I don't know if she confronted Chad about it, but based on what people say about her the last day she was at work, all the times before they said that she was like super bubbly and happy, and she just wasn't that day. So, either she was carrying it around as a heavy burden or she had talked to him. But the fact that she ended up dead very soon afterwards, I would say Chad had an idea that she knew, and Lori probably, I don't know, Lori may have tipped him off that it was sent. Who knows? So, but I do agree with you. It is a good overview. If you hadn't followed the case from the time the kids were missing, I think it got you up to speed and gave you enough where you'd be curious enough to fill in the blanks yourself. Definitely. So, let's see. I'm way, way behind in jail in chat. I was reading Handcuffs. Yeah, everybody loves seeing Melanie in Handcuffs. Oh, you've watched it 2.5 times, Carolyn Dillman. Yeah, I think not in its entirety, but I think I've run through it like 3 or 4 now. It is on Peacock, AR. You can watch it on Peacock. Yep, absolutely. Okay, I don't even know how this works. I worked with a girl who used to snort Scotch tape. How do you snort Scotch tape? Was it like for the smell? Like, I don't understand. But I'm intrigued. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm going to put the Bill Hader and the SNL skit with Keith Morrison on. It's great. Especially the one where he actually meets Keith Morrison. It's hilarious. So, yep, that's a new one. Snorting Scotch tape. Let's see. Ba, 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 ba. You took screenshots of the NASA-looking dashboard in his car. That's funny. He was dressed all in black or in dark clothing, and so was she. I mean, she kind of had on like a dark Pendleton plaid, but yeah, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I guess she knew Uncle Alex would bail her out, so no biggie. It's just another thing to put on her like card. She's like, "Oh, I've had the holiday frappuccino. I have a North Face jacket, um, and I know about trying to kill my ex-husband and insurance policies, and now I've been arrested and bailed out." Yep. Oh, PB&J, you're new here. Welcome. So you're new here, but you did watch last night. Can you say the months it took them to kill all these poor people? Um, you know what? I don't have the timeline in front of me, but I can pull it up. I can definitely pull it up. Give me 1 second. I'm not, just so you know, I am not good with dates. I always say that. Everybody knows that about me. And I can't ever, even if I think I know it in my head, I can't go I can't do that. So let's see. I have it right here. Well, I will pull it up in my thing, and I'll move on until that comes up. So I don't want to do that. Let's see. Yeah, when the officer said, "What the heck?" Yep. I think you and I were joking about that last night. Like, heckin' yeah. So, oh, she loved the smell of Scotch tape, huh? I like the sound it makes when it I don't know when it gets cut off. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I just like that sound. It's a good sound, and I'm not an ASMR person at all. It's just a good sound as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. I have too many things in my Google Docs, you guys, and getting a little sloppy about um, not marking things. Let's do this. I'll just do it the easy way. Okay. Xerox copies, they smelled so good. Yeah. Are you talking about dittos, like ditto sheets? And they were kind of like purpley ink. They had a weird little smell. Yeah. Um, yes, this is correct. XX. And something they say, and something I read in the discovery, I'm sure I read that Charles also emailed Chad and told him he was going to tell Tammy. Yep, that's correct. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I don't. Well, Tracy Schuler, I'm bouncing back and forth. I don't like the. See, the thing is, like when I put certain things on here to keep these secure, like sweat and stuff, it just makes them like smell funny. I don't know, though. But it's just like Florida, and Florida stinks a lot of the time. So he is a good storyteller. He is, and that's a gift. Red like wine again. I mean, so. Oh, you like my earrings? Thank you. Yeah, I haven't taken I literally like ran home from work and hopped on here. So, um, let's see, did I miss something here? Pretty solid story. I was told they had a plan to take his parents out. Okay. All right. Okay, that's where this starts. Okay, from a pretty solid source. That's interesting. I hadn't heard that before. I don't not believe it though at all. Um, they were diabolical. I'm sure they had a huge list of people to take out. Anybody that got in their way. I think they were getting really, really arrogant too. So let's see. As far as timeline goes, let's see. 2019, or I'm sorry. Hold on. So the first death that really happens in this case is going to be April 3rd, 2018. And that's Joe Ryan. That's Tylee Ryan's father and Lori Vallow's third husband. He dies April 3rd, 2018. They're already divorced. He was found dead in his apartment. He had been dead there for several weeks. They had had a very, very volatile and contentious custody battle over Tylee. And Tylee had a set of keys to Joe's apartment, and Lori had access. Because of the condition of Joe's body, he was cremated. So we will never know if foul play was involved, but for the most part, law enforcement say no. So that's the first death in this case. And then we come to, let's see, July 11th, 2019 is when Alex Cox, Lori Vallow's brother, kills her husband, because she's still married to Charles, but they're not living together. They're not cohabitating. Alex kills Charles on the 11th of July. And let's see. The last day that Tylee Vallow or Tylee Ryan is seen is September 8th. The last time that JJ. Wait. I think I might just mess that up. No, it's September 8th. That's Tylee. That's the last time anybody sees Tylee. On. Let's see. JJ Vallow is next. That's right in October. And then October 2nd, Brandon Boudreaux is shot at. He believes he was shot at by Alex Cox. 7 days later, Tammy Daybell says that somebody shot at her. She makes a Facebook post about it. She thought it was a paint gun. 10 days after that, which is, so that's October 9th. October 19th, I believe, is when Tammy Daybell dies in her sleep. According to Chad, he calls 911, saying she died in their sleep, and then she's buried October 22nd. Lori and Chad get married November 5th, which is just a couple weeks later. November 26th is when Kay and Larry Woodcock really start putting the pressure on the police to look for these children because they have not heard from them in months. I'm going to get back to that in a second. And then I would say, the last person to die in the story is going to be Alex Cox, and he's December 12th. So there you go. In a nutshell. We can go into that much deeper as we get closer to trial if anybody needs a refresher, but that's kind of the order how that goes. One of the things that so behind in the chat, let me take a look at what you're saying. Let's see. I wonder if Tammy was just actually sick the day before he died. It's hard to think she would have sat on an email that long. I'm pretty cranky when I don't feel well. Yeah. But she was she was a good Mormon wife or good LDS wife. And there was probably a lot of emotions going through her head. I mean, she'd always supported Chad in the publishing and being an author and all that stuff. But in reality, he didn't make any money. She supported that family. And now all this is coming up and you're wondering, is it true? Is it not true? Or have I been played a fool? What do I do? Who can I talk to? I don't know. Let's see. All right. So, um, one of the things I wanted to say about Dateline that I kind of think is about, I don't think it's unrealistic. I think it's kind of about time because this case has been in the spotlight for so long and will continue to be for quite some time. I think I would like, if I could request something, I would like to see Dateline or one of these programs do a show about the victims, because I don't think that a lot of people, how am I going to phrase this? I think we really need to put a human face and we have a human face, but we need to put a personality and what they meant to other people and what their dreams were and what their life was, these people, so that this trail of bodies that Lori and Chad left behind them aggravate more people. I don't know if that's what I'm not being very eloquent with my words, but for instance, when I think about JJ Vallow, I think about his grandparents and how they had initially tried to raise him, and then, was a very difficult decision, but they felt the right decision to let Charles and Lori raise JJ, and they were so attached to him, and he was so welcomed by, Colby, and welcomed by Tylee, and deeply missed, and made an impact on everyone that he met. And I'd like to see more of that. I'd like to see more about Tylee. I know a lot about her just because I looked, but that she was like such an independent young lady, that she drove, across country in her Jeep by herself, that she was responsible with her money, that she had a great sense of humor, that she graduated early, that she had, she was almost free of her mom. She was almost free. She was 17. She could have walked away. For all we know, she was a smart cookie. She might have had emancipation papers in her bedroom. I don't know. But she was strong-willed, and she had a good head and a fiery spirit. And, she wasn't just Lori's kid. She was her own person. And she's not just the person that you see in the interrogation room or the interview room, at the police station, on the tapes, in the Chandler dump. That's not who she is. That's something that happened to her. You know, and then Charles, he was married to Lori for a very long time. He had other children. He was a great father, a businessman. He had a sparkling personality. He used fun, colloquial terms, like Jen was telling me last night. He said things like, "Oh, I'm not going to get buffaloed." I had an uncle that said that too, so I kind of held on to that. But it just, and what about Tammy? I want to hear more about her. I don't really give a rat's patootie about Alex, to be honest, although I find him fascinating. But I would like to see somebody humanize them a little bit more, so that you realize how sick and disgusting this is. I think it's a very sad thing that I wish for this, because what that means is I'm saying there's too many people that kill their kids, and there's too many people that kill their husbands, and we're kind of desensitized by it. This case is big because of the religion, and because the amount of people and the mysticism and the weird, stuff that goes on. But that's my little, it's my little rant on that. I just, these were people, and their life was just stolen from them. And not only was their life stolen from them, but they were stolen out of other people's lives. They were part of other people's lives. When you think about, and I'm just going to say it, really, this is going to sound vulgar. I'm not kissing anybody's ass. I'm not trying to get brownie points with anybody, but when you think about like Crusha, Kate Easton, and the the Woodcocks and the Vallows, Charles's brothers, you start thinking about those people. They lost, a niece by marriage and a nephew, a brother, an uncle. Like, there's a big part of their family that's just gone. And Charles was married to Lori for a very long time. A very long time. She was she was a part of their life. That's got to do a number on you. And I think that I hope they make that point when they're prosecuting this case. I really do. Because Lori's been married so many times, and I think people are like, oh, it's like Zalema, like 6 months here, 9 months there. I cuddled him and then he was gone. Oh, whatever. This was different. They had a long marriage. They didn't have children together, but they adopted JJ together. They went through some very, very stressful things for a married couple to go through together. And it matters. It matters that those people are gone, and it matters the vacancy left in the lives of the people still here. And I hope that point isn't skipped over, because I think that goes, honestly, I think it goes a long way. And not just at the end in a victim impact statement. No, it's got to be up front. So, no, I don't believe we have a time of death for Tammy. No, I'm sorry, Kat. She did not have an autopsy done. She was immediately she had to be embalmed immediately because she was taken over state lines to be buried. And Interstate Compact says that you cannot cross state lines without having the embalming or the cremation. So yeah. Sorry, I feel like I'm picking the same people over and over. Yeah, Breaking Crime, they should have spent more time with Bobby and Jerry. It would have been very interesting to hear. Was highly edited. Here's another thing. Why don't they show us like the outtakes of this? I would love to see that. All the stuff they didn't use. I mean, I would watch that all day long. I often find that more interesting than what they present, but that's just me. So, Dateline, if you're looking for ideas, it's a good one. I think everybody here would watch it. Just saying. Let's see. Tylee was a force to be reckoned with, and she would have run circles around Lori. Lori couldn't have that. Yeah, no, I agree. And Tylee was getting more and more vocal and more pushback. And she was about to be on her own, too. So, let's see. All right. Chris Summerhands says, how long ago was this? Oh, no, it was just now. Sometimes I get so behind the chat. Tylee and JJ were September 2019, Tammy October 2019, and Alex died in December 2019. So, hold on, let me look at my notes here. Yep, I have just, okay, so the only one that I have that is different is JJ. Hold on. JJ was at the end of September, and then they had the podcast, and then he was never seen again after that weekend. Last seen at school. So that's, yeah. But yeah. So, hey, Grace, good to see you. Long time no see. Oh, you do? I would love to see it. I would love to see it. And I'll tell you, super exciting. Wait for it. I actually, I haven't set them up yet because I've been on a work binge. But I got another monitor. So I took your advice, and yeah. Was she emancipated? See, we've gone back and forth on that a lot. And I'd always said if she wasn't already, I mean, she certainly was on her way to being for certain. I think she was done. Um, and I know that there was talk with her friends. Now, teenagers talk a lot, but um, okay, she was emancipated. Interesting. I didn't know that. So I remember back um, when I was looking at this stuff with some other people, and there was a lot of things going back, and I want to call her a teenager, but I mean, I think she was like a lot more mature than the average teenager. So calling her a teenager almost sounds demeaning in a way, but she had talked to her friends about being able to provide for JJ in certain ways, but I think it was a little wishful thinking. I don't think she really understood everything it took, but Gray, you can send it to me at here. I'll put it in the chat. Is it a big file? If it's a big file, I'm gonna give you my Gmail. No, actually, what did this? What am I doing? Send it to True Crime Sushi. I'll put it in the thing. It's just Amy at truecrimesushi.com. There. Let's see. I interviewed Kay and Larry before anybody on social media was even talking about it. I'm sure you did. I don't doubt it. I remember when all that was going on, because I thought I came into it late, and I was going to be, and I felt like really behind, but literally the story had only been out there for like, I don't know, 2 weeks. But even at 2 weeks, I felt like everybody just knew so much more than me, and I was so behind, and blah, blah, blah. I'm checking my email every few seconds. So I remember. Let's see. Miss Peaches says, remember that Tylee had to live on her own for 3 months before emancipation, and that's why she was living at Alex's. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Hi, Amber E. It's good to see you. All right. Any other takeaways from the other night? It's interesting you say that, Gray. And because there seems to be a lot of that lately with cases. I know I was working on something, and I'm not even going to say what, because I can't do anything with it now. But so my thing is, I used to, I don't anymore. Learned this lesson the hard way. I don't approach family members. I used to. If you come to me, like, they're not going to, but if you happen to come to me or whatever, I'll talk to you. But I'm not going to go seek you out. But I was talking to somebody working on something, and then the next thing I know, a big news network picked up their story, and they asked me not to use anything because they had signed something. So yeah, that's super fun. So I'll check again. I'm refreshing. I don't see anything from you yet. So what else? Anything else that you guys picked up on the other night? To me, like the Melanie P thing was the biggest thing. I know that since Yale Mom's here, her and I talked about, Keith Morrison actually did ask some questions regarding the LDS faith and how the church would look upon things. So they mentioned that Chad and Lori secretly sealed themselves. They asked Nate Eaton, the reporter from East Idaho News, how the LDS church would probably respond to that. And Nate Eaton's response was blasphemous. It would be blasphemous. They talked about the patriarchal blessing that Chad gave to Alex Cox. I'm not really the best person to talk about that because I don't have, I mean, I understand what a patriarchal blessing is now, but I don't, and I never will understand the importance of it because I'm not LDS and I didn't grow up in the LDS church. So, um, all right, let's see. Okay. Do you mind if I put this up, Gray? What you sent me? I don't want to share it without asking. I mean, I'm kind of assuming that's why you sent it to me, but I want to make sure before I put it up on the screen. So let me know. But that's super cool. Thank you. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to do that. Let's see. All right, so let me go take care of something really quick here. Let me refresh my screen really quick. I can't wait till I get this other monitor up and then I can. Okay. Close this. Whoa. Something really crazy just happened. Hold on one second here. Let me see. Sorry, you guys. It's not going to let me show it that way, so I'll just show it this way. Let me see. All right, let's see what this looks like on StreamYard. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. I just don't want to fuss. I don't want to sit here and fuss with it and, you know, any more than I have to because that gets aggravating for everybody. And okay, so let's see. We have, yep, Colby Ryan is the son of Lori and her second husband, and he was adopted by Joe Ryan. Let's see. And then, let's see. Lori divorces Joe Ryan in 2000, and he died April 3rd, 2018. We've got, who's next? It's Charles. Charles died July 11th, 2019. Tylee, I don't have her date here, but she's, I believe she's September, or yeah, she's like September 8th. See, I'm not good. I have to look. But I have it right here. Hold on. Tylee, September 8th. Yeah, that's what I had in my head. JJ is the 23rd, is his date of death. Brandon Boudreaux is shot at like 9 days later, October 2nd. Tammy dies October 19th. And then she's exhumed on the 11th of December because there's some suspicion around her death. And Alex dies the day after. I just did a touch screen, so I need to remember not to touch my screen. What did that do to it? Nothing. I guess nothing bad. So then Tammy dies, or Tammy's exhumed December 11th, and Alex dies December 12th. So, yeah. Hey, G-Dubs. Nice to see you. Thank you for that. I'm going to keep that very, very handy. Yeah, they were. They were just going down the line trying to, they were super busy. And then in the middle of that, Melanie is outside of Brandon Boudreaux's parents' house making a big, making that big scene. So, Carolyn Dillman, you're asking Gray Hughes, does he think Lori and Alex are responsible for Joe Ryan's death? I know I I do. I don't think we'll ever know, but I definitely do. It's just it's too much. It's way, 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 way too much. So, let's see. And then he responded, he meaning Gray Hughes. I think it's very possible. I think Alex was killed in the same way that Tammy was killed. Yeah. Yeah. Kathy Lynch, why were the children killed? It depends on who you ask. I mean, they were definitely an inconvenience. Lori, wanted to live a child-free life, but you could talk to the L mom, and she will cite scriptures that talk about blood atonement. Chad had said that they were dark, that JJ and Tylee were both dark, and there's a multitude of reasons, none of which are valid, by the way, just in case anybody wants to say that. Mary Deathy Deal said Zulema almost needed a victim's advocate. Oh my. Yeah, I go back and forth on that. I'm not, do you? I mean, I'm not, because I like all opinions, but do you believe that story that Alex brought in a plastic sheet? Or do you think she made that up? Because there's some people that think that she made that up to make herself sound like a potential victim. She does have use immunity, which means that she is involved in something and she has a free pass because she's cooperating. So, it's interesting what we've seen a lot of her text messages and, praying for waves, big old waves, and action on the fault line. But I don't think that's what they have her on. So, what's Grace saying? Ray Hughes, whether he killed himself or someone else killed him, I don't know. I go back and forth in that too. I mean, part of me thinks he was, he killed himself, and the other part is like, well, maybe Zulema was slowly poisoning him. So I think it's odd that my understanding is that on most days, well, Alex had been sick for like a week, and then he went to Mexico. And then the day that he died, he said he was feeling better. She didn't come home and check on him or call every day. That's my understanding. But that particular day, she was checking on him a lot. Alex was home with her son, who, I don't know her son or anything like that, but I don't think that he was fully equipped to deal with that situation. I think he had a lot of issues himself. Chad calls Zulema and says, oh, Alex is not sounding good today. You should probably get home. And she's just calling and driving. And that's the day that Alex dies. It's a little too orchestrated for me. I'm a little cynical on this one, and I'm a little stuck there. But I think that she might have had a lot to do with this, with Alex's death. And this is all a victim thing for her. So, let's see. Well, yeah, I think there's a multitude of reasons that Gray says JJ was killed out of spite and Tylee knew too much and was a free spirit. I think that's a very true statement. I think there's a multitude of reasons why those children ended up dead. And really, if we want to be honest, they ended up dead because their mom was Lori Vallow and she's a piece of crap. So it's horrible, horrible, horrible. It was bad enough that Tylee was born to her, but that she went and adopted another child to do this. It's disgusting. All right. Tamara, you didn't sneak in because I saw you. Yeah. So Tammy apparently had some pink foam coming from her mouth, and Alex was, I think they call it respirating. Like he had some, I believe. So I believe Zalema's son said that he was vomiting, and there was some fluid of some sort coming out of his mouth, and some foam too as well. Yeah, the dark spirit crap was to justify the real reasons. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you on that one at all. Yeah, yeah, Mom. I'm not laughing at what you said. It's a tension release. She says, the L Mom says, they took old hidden doctrines and had a party and then soaked them in rocket fuel to justify their actions. Yeah. Yeah, when you want to do what you want to do, you find a reason to do it, right? You find a way to justify it, to rationalize it. So. Oh, Mary Daffy. That's interesting. You don't believe Zalema. I did it first. I bought into it. You know that don't believe the hype? I did. I was like, oh my God, he had a sheet out and he was doing this. And oh my God, she could have been. And now, and then this is why I always have to say to myself, like, let it marinate. Because, yeah, I mean, it took me about a week, not gonna lie. And then it was like, no, this is a bunch of bullshit. So I don't think that happened at all. In fact, I'd like to know if there's a video or purchase or whatever. And like, if you want to commit a crime and not get caught, don't buy your stuff at Walmart because they're real good. Walmart and Target are real good about knowing exactly when people are there and what they bought and having the receipts and stuff. I'd like to know if that checked out. So, yeah, I think she made it up too. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, red like wine again. I've heard that my voice puts people to sleep. My friend Amanda, we're really good friends, and she's like, sometimes I just turn you on so I can get a good night's sleep. I'm like, thanks. But if you need to sleep, go to sleep. And if that's what I do for you, that's what I do. I'm just teasing you. Yeah, Amber E, I feel terrible for everything that Tali went through as well. From the time she was basically like a toddler, she was trying to please her mother. During that custody battle with Joe Ryan, you know, the experts thought she was coached. It just, there's no way to be brought up. And if you had any, I mean, I don't, you know, with that kind of stuff when I was little, but I have friends. I have friends that have children. I have friends that grew up as children. But when you are pulled between two parents like that, and you're trying to please a parent because you know that if you don't, like, your life's going to be really rough, that is no way to grow up. And that started for Charlie at like 3. So, let's see. He was the link and the killer in the cases. He shot at Brandon and missed. He shot at Tammy and missed. He killed Tylee and he killed JJ. Yeah, I agree. Well, and he murdered Charles. So, yeah. Oh, Carol Donaldson. Yeah, at first you believed Zalema too, but not anymore. Yeah, that's how I was too. Totally bought into it at first. It was so salacious. I was like, ooh. And then I started, you know, thinking about it, and I was like, nope. You always have to remember she's got use immunity, and I think Zalema still thinks that she has powers and gifts, and she's not just smarter but more powerful than some of this stuff. So. Oh, I'm sorry that you have to associate your birthday G-dubs with that. That's horrible. That's horrible. But we won't forget your birthday. Bright side? Oh no. Okay. Tracy Schuler, but I thought she sounded truly upset in the background of the 911 call. Yeah, I think she's an actress. I don't think she was. That's just my opinion. I really don't. Um, I don't think she was that upset at all. So she was more upset about the police calling her home a crime scene and everything else. So, um, yeah, there was no reason to kill JJ. He was just an inconvenience. And she's a selfish piece of shit. So, hi, Tambra. It's good to see you. Always. Always, always. We could talk about this. So, did ML get a free pass too, or is she still on the hook? So, um, bear with me. ML. There's Melanie Gibb, Melanie Pulowski. This is my opinion. I'm slow, you guys. So ML, I can't figure it out. I'm sorry. Let me just look down and see if like somebody can answer that. Yeah, Tylee became too much trouble to control. That's true. I agree. So, let's see. Yeah, that was asked. I don't know if there was a life insurance policy on Alex. I don't think so, but I don't know for sure. Um, yeah, yeah, and the $5,000 to $7,000 he hid in the closet for Zulema. Yeah. All right. Do I think that Lori believes in the zombie stuff? Yes, I do. I think she did it one time, or she wanted to, or she like woke up and one day said, "Hey, this is some crazy stuff." She was so far into it, so bought into it, and it gave her power. She was a goddess, and yeah, I mean, I do. That's my personal opinion. Okay, so we were talking about this use immunity. Um, so I think we know Zalema has it. That we found that out as a fluke, right? I would say I believe Melanie Gibb probably has it too, and probably Pulowski. Um, Pulaski has her own set of issues right now, but you have to remember that use immunity. It just means like if you're involved with something in a crime or like a aiding and abetting or something, and you kind of rat out the other people, then anything that when you're talking about it, anything that you did in that part, any part of your talk, your testimony can't be held against you, right? Doesn't mean that if you did something else that you're going to get away with that. So all these people are ratting on each other. So yeah, I think there's a lot of people that have use immunity in this case. So hey Ping, Mamma Mia, here I go again. I'm good. It's good to see you. Oh, Carolyn Dillman, you're very sweet. Maybe I should have a bedtime story channel. But it'd probably bring out weird people that would want me to pick up things with my feet, and I'm not doing that. So I'm just not that kind of girl. So I'll do it with chopsticks. Great music, you're going. Good night. Thank you for dropping by. Oh. Okay, I see you now. I get so behind in my chat. When I get the mantra, I will not have that problem anymore. So good to see you. Mom says, I always wonder what was said in the car on the way to drop off JJ at school. I think she scared the hell out of her. Yeah. So gross how they go through the Burger King drive-through and all. I can't. Like, you've got to remember, like, her husband was just shot in her home by her brother. It's just, I don't care about normalcy. I don't care about patterns. I don't care about anything. You're driving your dead husband's rental car and going through the Burger King drive-through. It's disgusting. And then buying flip-flops. It's gross. Oh my goodness. I'm so behind. Let's see. So Lemma said there was no insurance on Alex, Carol Donaldson. Yeah, that's what I believed. But, things change all the time. All the time. So, I'm not perfect. I miss things. So, especially this week. Let's see. I'm reading this blind. G-Deb says, any insight into why nobody's talking about the Travis Scott asteroid disaster? 9 people have died now. 9-year-old in a coma still. Well, I will tell you who is. Brian Enton, who did a lot of work on the Gabby Petito Brian laundry case. He is actually covering this now. So if you go to Twitter and look at Brian Enton, he's like, last I checked, he was camped, not camped, but camped outside of Travis Scott's house and Travis Scott's house. And so News Nation now is doing some deep dives into that. What are you saying? Breaking crime with Big E. MP has nothing. She asked for a proffer before she'd speak to law enforcement. They responded with, due to her potential involvement, a proffer wasn't granted. Okay, well, there you go. I think they offered her something at one point. Because I think she was a lot more confident early on in this that she wasn't, her hands were clean, and then all of a sudden she was. Let's see. Aw. Hey, Crush, it's good to see you. Love always wins. Yes. Difficult Research, Crush's channel. Check it out. We had fun there about a week ago. I can't believe it's been a week. So as long as we're talking about that, let me get a lowdown. I think I'm going to go in a minute because I have been up since, I know, but I left the house at like 5:45 this morning and got home at like 10:30, something like that. And that's what we've been doing for like 4 days now. So I wanted to get back on schedule. So here's my proposal to you. I'm going to do tomorrow night at 9. And then I'll probably I'm definitely doing Monday, Tuesday at 5:30. And one of those nights I will be on Web Sleuths, most likely, because like once a week or something. I don't know. I have to be invited still. Should just assume. But generally speaking, like one night a week, you'll see me over there. And then I'll come back on Friday. So, and Friday I'll do 10:15. So, I know I've said this before, but I've had some long come to Jesus moment conversations with some people, and they've given me really good advice. I need to be doing like 3 days. That's all I can do right now. And I want to be prepared, and I don't want to pop on here and know that I could do a much, much better job. But tomorrow, I want to talk about Isabella, Ariel, Kalua. I want to, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. I'll leave the rest. I'll put those in a thumbnail. Let me see if I can pull them up real quick. I don't want to get any names wrong or anything like that. Oh yeah, some new technology and crime scene investigation, which is pretty cool. Pulled a story, and I want to go over a case of a woman that lured her. She basically had a Tinder date and strangled him, and she just got life in prison. But it's an interesting story. I mean, it's murder, but it's definitely an interesting story. I'm always fascinated by dating and true crime, and what people will do, like the Craigslist killer and things like that. It's I guess it's just still amazing to me that people put themselves. I shouldn't say that because that's victim shaming, but very, very vulnerable position to be in, to just meet people and bring them back to your house when you don't know them, only from the internet. It's weird. But I mean, I get it. It's a new world, but it's a good story. So we're kind of go through some of those. Hey, Gambler, it's good to see you. It's been a while. So, yay. Yay. I think I saw you. Did you post dog photos today? I got to tell you guys, like, every once in a while, people are like, I'm worried about you. I haven't seen you or whatever. And I'm like, I'm just, life, work balance, having trouble, nothing's bad. It's all good. Like, and all that stuff. And they're like, is there anything I can do for you? And I'm like, send me pictures of your animals. I don't know. There's something about dog photos, cat photos, hamster photos, hairless guinea pig photos, turtle photos. In general, no snakes of any kind, if you know what I mean. I don't want those. But yeah, if you have a piggy, I don't care. Rats, what else? Iguanas, chameleons, they make me so happy. Like, it gets my, is it my serotonin? Is it serotonin? Wait, my endorphins? There's something. It makes me feel good. So, yeah. So anyway, on that note, I think I'm going to let you go for tonight. And I will be back here refreshed and prepared tomorrow evening. Let's see, tomorrow is Sunday, so Sunday's going to be 9:00, and we can go from there. And I'm looking forward to not being flaky and being here on a regular basis. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I know I've been saying that for a month. I just kind of got thrown into this and wasn't really thinking about everything I should have thought about, and I've just kind of been like, fake it till you make it type of thing. And yeah, so anyway, now it's go time, and it's gonna be real. Things are about to get real. You take me serious? Look at me. By the way, hold on, which side is it on? Right here. You see that? That's how I keep myself young. That's a pimple. It's huge. I've named it Penelope. It's spelled like Penelope, but it's Penelope. I think it's my unborn twin. Pretty sure that it has hair and teeth. So it won't go away. Super fun. Anyway, but I digress. See, when I start doing weird stuff like that, it's time to go. Time to cut it off, because now I'm just like, Anyway, good night, Sushi Crew. I will see you all tomorrow evening at 9. Thank you to all the moderators in here tonight, including Insightful One, Tambra, Jessie, Diane, Ryan, Rain Dancer, the Weird Mom. There's moms everywhere. There's the L Mom, the Weird Mom, all just moms running amok. So, thank you for helping out, and I really appreciate it. And for the rest of you guys, I will, like I said, see you tomorrow night. Hit the like and subscribe button if you don't mind. Give the video a thumbs up if you can. That helps me. That would be great. And other than that, I will. Did I say Ping the Router? Thank you, Ping the Router. As always, my sweet friend. On that note, I'm going to say goodnight to you, and I will see you on the flip side. I forgot to take myself out.